McKinney Texas.
McKinney Texas.
McKinney provides a close-knit community.
Everyone in McKinney is dead. The temperature, the heat index right now in McKinney is 10,000. What is that? 101,105. It's hot in McKinney.
I love McKinney, Texas. I live in Frisco, but if I had a choice, I would live in McKinney. All of my family lives in Frisco and we're incredibly close, so I'm staying in Frisco, but I love it down here. I'm starting in downtown McKinney because it's actually been ranked one of the top downtowns in the entire nation. It's huge. It's got 6 blocks and it's got little jewelry stores and coffee shops and upscale restaurants. It's got little boutiques that can offer you clothing that no one else has. It's just so much fun. And if you can tell, I'm gonna show you around, but the walkability down here, I don't know if you can look behind me and see, but there's always people walking and shopping and they have their kids and there's art galleries down here. There's wine walks. They have all kinds of festivities all year long. Today's beautiful, so of course everybody's out here. And guys, you've got to come down here during Christmas because they go all out and it's a lot of fun. But not only am I gonna show you subdivisions in McKinney, Texas that are unbelievable, but you've got to visit down here. One of my favorite places is the Yard, and I'm gonna show it to you, but it's indoor and outdoor. You can bring your dogs. It's got the giant games that you can play with your friends like giant Jenga and Connect 4. It's just a lot of fun. So this is what I was telling you about. It's the Yard, and it's one of my favorites because there's nothing better than sitting out on a spring day or a fall day, getting a little cocktail and having a good time with friends and family, and this is the place to do it. So, and they're parking in downtown. This is the parking lot. I know that that's not something sexy to talk about, but the parking in downtown can get a little crazy, and just remember that there is parking on the front side of the Yard. And just if you need it, this is the McKinney Visitor Center. It is on the corner of downtown. But this area down here is completely walkable, and they have houses all around that you can live in and then just walk to downtown and get a coffee or sit on one of the patios on a Saturday morning and, you know, drink a mimosa or drink a coffee. It's just that charming. I wanted to start down here so you guys can see it, but I also want to give you a few stats on McKinney. First of all, the overall population in 2023 is about 212,000. The median household income is right shy of 100,000. McKinney's 30 to 40 minutes north of Dallas, depending on the traffic. You're about 30 to 40 minutes away from DFW Airport. Just know that if you're working in Dallas but want to live in McKinney. McKinney ISD has an A rating, which is really high, and it's actually ranked 42 out of the whole nation. And I think there's a little over 400 ISDs, not the nation, Texas. There's about a little over 400 ISDs in the state of Texas, and McKinney ranks number 42. So that's not bad. McKinney was also ranked 54 in overall best suburbs to live in, and bestplaces.net actually ranked McKinney the #1 city to live in. McKinney's got a little bit of everything. They've got new construction, they've got historic homes, and everything in between, and we're gonna show you that right now. Jono is already over at the Adriatica, so Jono, show us what it looks like over there while I head to Auburn Hills.
We're here in Adriatica. It was actually modeled after a Croatian fishing village. You can tell by the architecture, the cobblestone streets, the paver streets. So homes out here, right now there's 4 homes on the market ranging from $725,000 to a $1.5 million home. Virtually no yards, so maintenance is low. But if you've been to Croatia or a fishing village in Croatia, hopefully this would look familiar. You've got this really cool retail section that's connected to the residence just beyond that gate. And everything you need is right here. Coffee, diners, shopping. You've got this really cool path and the lake right over here. It's just different. And you would never expect that you'd be in the middle of McKinney, Texas. Speaking of McKinney, Texas, it's McKinney ISD, which was ranked 461 of almost 11,000 school districts in the entire country. So definitely worth a look.
I'm here at Auburn Hills. This is a master plan community. It's actually gated, has a resort style pool, which is beautiful. and it sits in the middle of the neighborhood. It's got walking and jogging paths, which I happen to be on, so you can see how pretty the green belt is. These houses were built between 2015 and 2022. They're gonna range between 2,000 square feet and probably 4,000 square feet. There are 8 listed currently, and they range from 535,000 all the way up to 1.1 million. The cool thing about it is getting into a gated community in the mid 500s. So that's a perk. So let us know if that's something that you want and your price range. I will also say that this is North McKinney, and so it actually feeds into Prosper ISD. And if you guys have not watched my Prosper video, go watch it, because Prosper ISD is rated one of the top ISDs in the nation. And they just opened up one of the wealthiest schools, meaning how much money they put into it and the technology and all the advanced things. It's called Walnut Grove. This is the first year it's open and kids are already really loving it. So definitely check that out. But Auburn does feed into Prosper ISD. It's right off 380. 380 is a road that goes west and east, and you can get to Frisco fast. You can get all the way to Anna really fast. Now there is some construction on it because they are widening it to keep up with our infrastructure, but you can still get places fast. So all that to say, Jono's actually over at Trinity Falls. It's a great, great subdivision. He's gonna show that to you. And then I'm gonna go over to Stonebridge Estates, which is a golf club community, and you're gonna wanna see it. So let's go to Jono, and then I'll see you guys at Stonebridge Estates.
Hey guys, before we jump into Trinity Falls, I want to put a phone number on the screen. This is Tiffany's cell phone. So if you're watching this, if you have questions or you're thinking about coming to DFW, reach out. We'd love to visit with you and see what we can do to help you out. What's up, guys? We're out here at Trinity Falls, which is a master plan community in McKinney, Texas. It's a little further out. If you go up to Melissa and head west, that's where it sits. One of the big benefits of living out here is that right there. You sit right next to the B.B. Owen Wildlife Preserve, which is a 350-acre wildlife preserve in McKinney, Texas. So the trees, the wildlife, the fishing, the lakes, resort-style pools, amenities, splash pads, dog parks, picnic basketing. This is an outdoor community. You're gonna see people in golf carts. You're gonna see kids running and playing and all that good stuff. People swimming in the lake. Like, very cool. From an automotive standpoint, lots of traffic. Just kidding. There's not that many people out here, actually. 20 miles of wooded trails, 2 miles of winding wooded river frontage. If you like to be outside, Trinity Falls definitely needs to be on the short list. Now, in terms of housing, right now there's 13 homes listed on the market for sale in this community, and they range from the 500s to up around $1 million, with most of those being right around 600,000. And from a size standpoint, you're gonna get 2,000 to 4,000 square feet at that price point. On their website, it shows you can build a 2-bedroom townhome for right around 350,000. So there's a pretty good mix, price point wise, out in Trinity Falls. McKinney ISD, which is if you're familiar with the school systems around here, very well respected. Okay, so now that you've seen Trinity Falls, let's head back over to Tiffany, who's at Stonebridge Estates.
So here we are at Stonebridge Estates, and estates is the right word because these homes are very, very large, and they are on really large lots. So if you are wanting something that has maybe a bigger lot size, but still in that luxury vein, then this could really be a great fit for you guys. Plus it's gated. It's got a country club, Stonebridge Ranch Country Club. It has an 18-hole golf course and actually also a 27-hole golf course. It also has a winery, aquatic center, and ponds like the one that I'm walking next to. It's beautiful. If you can see behind me without me making you dizzy, that lot is huge. These lot sizes are an acre. And so it's just unbelievable to get that much land here in the metroplex with this type of serenity that is surrounding it. But I'm gonna walk down here so you can kind of see some of the backyards. And there's several ponds. This isn't the only one. Make sure there's no boating since it's so huge. Just kidding. But you can see behind me, that entire thing is a backyard. And there's some little doggies and a pool, so that's nice. If you're looking for that golf club, country club kind of feel, then this is a really great spot for you guys. Right now, there's actually 2 homes listed. One is for 1.9 million and the other is for 2.4 million. They're gonna range in square footage from 4,000 all the way up to 7,500, 8,000. A lot of them have 3 and 4 car garages. You're looking at McKinney ISD, but I would definitely take a look at this neighborhood if that's your price range, because the topography is amazing. It's not just flat streets. It's just beautiful here. So anyway, I'm gonna punch you back over to Jono, who is at Craig Ranch. So Jono, what's it looking like over there?
Okay, next up we have Craig Ranch, and that is the lovely TPC Craig Ranch Golf Course. Craig Ranch is a massive master planned community in McKinney. It sits on the Sam Rayburn Tollway. If you're looking at a map, Sam Rayburn Tollway is the southern border, and then it extends as far north as El Dorado, and then you have Custer bordering on the west, all the way to Stacy Road on the east. It covers a lot of real estate, and there's a lot happening in this community. It's 14 neighborhoods ranging a low end in the mid 300,000s all the way up to the luxury gated community of the estates at Craig Ranch, which you can buy for $3 million in there pretty easily. And there's a lot of room in between. So it's McKinney address, but it's Frisco ISD schools, which it's kind of hard to argue with Frisco schools. If you've spent any time on the channel, you know, although this is a video about McKinney, McKinney schools are great. Being in McKinney and having access to Frisco schools, some might argue, is the best of both worlds. Okay, so speaking of Frisco ISD, it was ranked 15 on that list of the best school districts in Texas out of 1,052 school districts, and ranked 150 on a national, was ranked 150 out of almost 11,000 best school districts in America. Okay, so I think that wraps up Craig Ranch. Tiffany, are you still over at Tucker Hill?
Yes, Jono, I just arrived here at Tucker Hill, and I have to tell you, I love this neighborhood. You guys are gonna see how cute and adorable it is. And it actually is considered a front porch neighborhood. Every home in here has a front porch. And they built it that way because they wanted community and they wanted neighbors to talk to each other. So if you maybe are a little reclusive, it may not be the best community for you because they do a lot of things together, and there's just a really sweet community spirit about Tucker Hills. I wanted to show you, they've got amazing walking paths and jogging paths. They have multiple playgrounds. They have a beautiful community pool with a little amenity center. If you just look at the houses, they're adorable, and it just has a charm to it. There is about 600 residents in here, so it's not huge. The price range is gonna be anywhere from $630,000 to a little over $1 million, depending on where the house is located, how big it is, and what features it's facing. Because there are some that have huge front yards because they face the main road. Not the main road, but the main road into the neighborhood over by the amenity center. So I wanted to show you this house right over my shoulder. It's currently on the market. It's actually under contract for right shy of $1 million, and it's 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath, 3-car garage. It's stunning and beautiful in Tucker Hill. But one of the amazing things about Tucker Hills is that it feeds into Prosper ISD, which is Walnut Grove. And that's the newest Prosper High School. And it is unbelievable with technology and how much money they put into the school to build it. So it's definitely a perk to living in Tucker Hills. And just think, you can't get charm like this. Take that into consideration because I think Tucker Hills is amazing. Now, back to Jono.
I'm here at Isleworth, which is a beautiful community just past Stonebridge Golf Course in McKinney. If you're looking at the map, we're on the west side of McKinney between Virginia Parkway and El Dorado, Custer and Stonebridge Drive. So Outworth is this really cool neighborhood just past Stonebridge Golf Course. It's right on the other side of the water, so it's this little neighborhood that if you didn't know was back there, you wouldn't know was back there. I guess that's anything, right? But if you blink, you'd miss it. Just like a lot of neighborhoods in McKinney, you're close to everything. Walking distance to shopping and food and nightlife, and it's a very walkable area. And it doesn't really look like a lot of the other parts of Dallas. A lot of green spaces, a lot of mature trees, and people don't expect to see this in a newer part of the city, but that's one of the perks. So this is an exclusive gated community. Easy access to Stonebridge Ranch Golf Course, impressive custom homes. This is classic Texas architecture with the topography that you would expect almost out of the Texas Hill Country. The square footage on most of these homes is going to range from 5,000 to 8,000 square feet. Prices will range from the mid 900s to just over $2.5 million. And right now we've got one listing sitting at $1.69 million. Once again, McKinney ISD. All right, so now Tiffany is going to wrap us up with a very cool neighborhood. You're definitely going to want to stick around. It's absolutely gorgeous because it borders a huge nature preserve. So Tiffany, what do you got for us?
Hey, Jono, yes, I'm here at our last neighborhood for the day, and I feel like we've kind of saved one of the best for last, even though I don't even know how to rank all the neighborhoods that we've seen today. But this is Serenity, and I want you to listen. Do you hear that? It's because you can't hear anything, because it's that serene, and I want to show you guys my background. Look at how amazing that is. I could sit here all day. I've been sitting on this bench right here, just taking in the view and how beautiful this whole subdivision is. And it lines the Herd Nature Preserve and Museum, so that it borders that. And so there's just a lot of serene peacefulness here, which is also why it's called Serenity. I mean, look at these houses back here. That this is their view from their backyard. I can only imagine sitting and drinking a cup of coffee on my back porch while the sun rises or sets, and this being something that I'm staring at and feeling the serenity and the peacefulness of this whole subdivision. First of all, there's only 75 houses in this subdivision, so it is smaller and it has that private feel, but they were built, I guess, between 2010 and 2013. They're all gonna sit about 4,000 square feet all the way up to 6,000 square feet. Look, I don't mean to make you dizzy, but the ducks are flying and that's fun. They're gonna be priced anywhere from right under $1 million all the way up to $2 million, maybe a little over $2 million. So this is definitely just an amazing neighborhood if you want that smaller feel and that peaceful feel, but yet still smack dab in the middle of the city. So this subdivision actually feeds into Lovejoy ISD, not McKinney ISD. And Lovejoy is such a great school district. You can look it up on goodschools.org, I think. But if you want that small town high school feel, but in a city, Lovejoy is, I think it's like one of the best kept secrets, and it's such a great school district. So this could be the place for you. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I know that Jono and I have ran all over this city to show you exactly what is offered here and how amazing McKinney truly is. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, text us, call us, we'll get all of your questions answered. And from Jono and I, we say goodbye, and we can't wait to see you on our next video.